Hello everyone and welcome to the Wellsy Weekly Podcast, the show where I talk about anything and everything, cause I can. I'm John and today I want to start by saying a big thank you to everyone who supported for the last show. It was really nice to see people just enjoying it and just wanting to see more really. And thank you to all the suggestions as well, it'll help with the show in the future. Like I said last week, it's just an experiment, so be prepared to see the show change just a little bit to begin with, but hopefully we can find something that'll be fun to listen to. Because that's what we're all here for, fun, giggles, and cups of tea. Now, with all that out of the way, let me start by asking you, how was your bank holiday weekend? I personally had a real fun one, you know, because I went home for the weekend after finishing my last exam. Literally, after the exam, I went to the station, I was like, woohoo, yeah baby! Did like a little flick, what's it called? Like heel flick in the air? I don't know what that's called, you know, the Mary Poppins thing. Anyway, and I got home, and I got a lovely welcome from my dog Ozzy. Oh, he's such a little bundle of joy, that dog. He reminds me of a lamb skipping when I take him on a walk. It's great fun. Oh, and I also saw my mum and sister, of course, which was great, it was great. But, I don't know if it's just me, but when I haven't been home in a while, I forget how annoying they can be. Like, my sister cannot, I repeat, cannot listen to a song fully. Like, she can't listen to a song from start to finish without skipping it. Like, every 30 seconds or 10 seconds, she's an absolute nightmare for it. She skipped Queen, ladies and gentlemen. Who the hell skips Bohemian Rhapsody? Honestly, youth, they are clearly not educated in good tasting music. Oh, and I also forgot how my mum can't use the Alexa. Well, actually, she can use it fine, but the Alexa just doesn't understand her accent because she's from York. So my mum will ask her something, and then ask it again, and eventually she'll get very annoyed at this machine, and she'll start just shouting at it. Some colourful language, shall we say. It's very entertaining actually. Still, you'd think Amazon could upgrade Alexa to understand people with accents. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody, well, I'm saying that, anybody who isn't from London's probably got problems with this Alexa. But oh well. We all don't sound posh. I mean, I certainly don't sound posh. But it understands me for some reason. And I don't know why, because I don't have an accent. It's more of a mush of different ones, shall we say. Because my dad's from the north, and my mum's Yorkshire. And I grew up around Brummies, so how I ended up sounding like this is quite amazing, honestly. Honestly, my voice is like a multi-pack of crisps. You don't know which one you'll get. Well, if you don't look, obviously. Does anyone do that? Just put their hands in the big bag and have a lucky dip for a flavour? Let me know, I'm curious now. Yeah, I personally, when I do that, if it's not prawn cocktail, I'll keep doing it until it's prawn cocktail, because they are the best crisps. Honestly, they really are. Oh, I'm foaming at the mouth just thinking about it. But crisps shenanigans aside, I also surprised a bunch of my friends this weekend. I actually surprised my best mate at work, and I made him cry. I really shouldn't be proud of that, but I am. I'm really proud. It was brilliant. Honestly, didn't expect that kind of response, and I think I cheered him up as well, so that's always a bonus. Oh, and I surprised my friend for her birthday as well. Yeah, she didn't cry, but it's not about making her cry. It's about, you know, surprising them, and you know. But I really wanted to cry after my other friend cried. But she didn't. She's tough as nails, that one. I honestly didn't expect the surprise to go off for her birthday. Because I realised after I uploaded last week, I was like, crap. If she sees this podcast or hears it, I'm done for. I am like full on like toast. Like black burnt toast without the butter. But she didn't, so it was all good. And then we did what everybody should be doing on a night out, which is shaking your hips so hard that they don't lie, and it starts to feel right. Oh yeah. So overall, a good weekend full of surprises. Mind you, I don't think I could have someone surprise me. I'm a really jumpy kind of guy. Like, I jump up my own shadow, literally. I was walking to town once, and I saw something in the corner of my eye. I kid you not, I leaped from one side of the path to the other. One of those big paths, like the double paths, where you've got like the bicycles going one way and the people going the other way, but nobody actually pays attention to them, do they? I don't anyway. Well, mind you, that's why I probably get run over by bikes an awful lot. Anyway, do you know what else makes me jump? movies, especially horror films. Like, I jump at everything, right? But why do people want to watch something where you're just going to waste all the popcorn you've just bought, you're going to scream like a little girl when something on the screen pops out, just going like, boo, and takes a bite out of someone's leg? It baffles me. This does not appeals to me. It does not appeal to me. Oh, and teenagers in their movies are really dumb as well. Like, ooh, here's a cabin in the woods. Ooh, there's an abandoned house. Let's explore it. Ooh, no, you should never do that. Because every time you do, it all goes downhill. First the blonde dies, then the nerd sacrifices himself for a bunch of morons, and the survivors, any survivors, they just do the exact same stupid thing in a sequel. What's the point in that? Absolutely nothing. Bloody ridiculous, honestly. If that was me, honestly, I'd be like, nope, not today, thank you very much. I don't like being possessed or being eaten alive. I bid you adieu. But I guess some people enjoy it, don't they? I think more people like action movies, though. Well, I certainly do anyway. And oh boy, let me tell you, I saw a good action film the other day. So, if you don't know, John Wick 3 is out in cinemas, and let me tell you something. Oh, this film is non-stop action. Like, this is John Wick on steroids. Like, there's this one bit where... Wait. Spoiler warning for John Wick 3, right? If you haven't seen it, go do it, and then come back. Because if you haven't seen it, I'm going to spoil it. You've been warned. There's your warning. Alright, so, there's this one bit where he stabs someone in the eye, and you just see it pop on screen, and I'm like, oh, damn. Oh, I proper cringed. Oh, and then there's this bit where he chops his finger off, and I'm like, ugh. Oh, it's nasty. But then he carries on fighting bad guys, like, after he's chopped his finger off, and he's still kicking ass. Like, oh, with a missing finger. Like, he's still fighting these two midgets with like, a missing finger, which is cool, and then, like, another Chinese guy. I think he's Chinese, or maybe he was Japanese. But anyway, he does this whilst wearing a badass suit, and this is why Keanu Reeves is a god. Because he's kick-ass, he can beat up 1,000 bad guys, and he looks cool doing it. I mean, who wouldn't want to be Keanu Reeves? If he is not your god, I don't know who is. And this film, I'd say, is even better than the second one. I won't say the first one, because I do like the first one. It's like one of my favourite films ever. And it's just a general brilliant film. But I have to admit, this film, or this trilogy in general actually, it's one of those things where I've enjoyed every instalment. Because most trilogies lose that feeling of the first film, and then they just trail off and get weird. And then you get franchises that make more than 3 films. And it works for some, like, I know John Wick's doing another film. Mission Impossible films are good, all of them are good, can't complain about them. But then you get films like Star Wars and Terminator. And at some point you just think, oh, you're really milking this franchise, aren't you? Like, can you just stop, please, or give us something new? Like, with respect to the universe, of course, like, I really don't care for another Terminator coming back in time for the 6th time. Wait, is it the 6th? I think it is. I just don't understand the timelines, because, like, every movie bar, like, the first and second one, I swear it's got a new timeline. And at this point, it's not so much as a timeline as it is a bowl of noodles. Like, all the noodles are in a bowl, and you don't know which strand connects to the other one, or if it connects to any like that. Like, just like, imagine a really little piece that's just been cut off from the original noodle. You wouldn't know, because it's all just in this one big bowl. It just, I really want noodles now. I mean, I've just eaten dinner, but I really want noodles. I'm gonna have to have second dinner. I don't care. Anyway, all this talk about noodles and robotic futures has got me thinking we should probably move on to a topic I like to call bad advice. Now, what's going to work is I'll have a topic or a talking point, and I'm just going to tell you everything you really shouldn't do. And if you have any suggestions for the future, let me know. It would be quite helpful, actually. So yeah, let's start today of how to not survive a zombie apocalypse. Because everybody raves about zombies. Imagine zombies in a nightclub. That'd be a bit weird. Well, I say weird. It's only as weird as some drunks, because, yeah, some people are zombies. Rule 1. Invite zombies to a nightclub. They love them tunes, even if they don't have ears. Oh, yeah. Well, even if you're undead as well, I suppose. Rule 2. Get the biggest gun you can find. I mean the biggest gun. And when you see a zombie, just the one, right, you got to kill it with all the bullets, right? because you totally want to draw attention to yourself and waste all your ammunition. Yeah, like a sensible person would. Yeah. It also helps when you become deaf, because I'm pretty sure you haven't found any hearing protection, which is great when you're on night watch and the zombies just come at you and they just tickle you. Well, maybe not tickle, they'll probably do a bit of biting. Anyway, rule 3. Trust anyone that is clean shaven or wearing high heels, right? They clearly have a safe zone and they're in charge of some organisation that doesn't have any evil agenda whatsoever, right? They also have razor blades, and in this world, you want to look good for that date with your undead companion, which leads me on to rule 4. Always go on a dating site and play Russian roulette with the matches and see if they're zombified or not. Careful of the biting. Unless you're into that sort of thing, then by all means go for it. I'll just file you under the same group as, I don't know, toe suckers? Just zombie munchers? Ugh. I'm too vanilla for that kind of thing. And rule 5. Always, always sacrifice yourself for that one guy in the group who's an absolute prick. Yeah, well, for all intents and purposes, we're going to name him Gary. That prick in your group, Gary, yeah, sacrifice yourself for him, while singing Country Roads, of course. Because if you're going to die, at least it'll be an absolute banger you're doing it to. Other songs include I Will Survive, or Zombie by the Cranberries, because it's just irony, isn't it? And if you follow this bad advice, I assure you, you will totally die in the zombie apocalypse. And that's it from me today. If you've enjoyed what you've heard, give us a like and let me know down below. Until next time, enjoy your cuppa.